Hello, we are looking at Group B of this Euro 2020 group this time round. So once again, we got 4 countries that are competing, and we'll take a look who I think will win this group here, and who will be my nomination to go up against the other 5 winners on who I think will end up winning this whole entire tournament outright. Of course, you don't necessarily have to win the group to win the tournament. You could play second, or you could be one of the 4 of the 6 best third place teams. But just for the sake of clarity and peace of mind, it's much easier to put a team that you think will do well and win basically every game to win the tournament there. But anything could happen, it's just my prediction, just a bit of fun. Feel free to get involved and put your own predictions down below. So in Group B this time round, we have the likes of Belgium, Denmark, Finland, and Russia to have a look at. So Belgium, the #1 country in the world, can they finally win their first tournament? Qualification was easy for them, 40 goals scored, 3 conceded, 10 out of 10 wins. They use a 3-4-3 system, has been tried and tested. They have some fitness issues, only for Kevin De Bruyne, a fractured eye socket, and from Eden Hazard. Roberto Mancini is the manager and has done well, but hasn't managed to win the trophies, for Belgium anyway. He was the manager of Wigan Athletic, the 2012 Great Escape, and then they managed to win the FA Cup title with Stanley in the following season, despite getting relegated. In 2014, joined Everton and got their highest points total ever, so he has achieved some great things over his time. For Belgium, he got 3rd place in the 2018 World Cup, so just not quite enough there. Best Euro finish for them is 2nd in 1980 and also a 3rd place in 1972. One to look out for is Romelu Lukaku from Inter Milan, and can win the games on his own. They have managed to achieve 6 wins and 2 draws in their past 8 matches. A 2-1 victory against Iceland, a 2-0 result against England, a 4-2 victory against Denmark. These were all Nations League games. Crucial that result against Denmark because they are playing Denmark in this group once again. And World Cup qualifying, they got a 3-1 victory against Wales. They slipped up against the Czech Republic, a 1-1 draw, and a 8-0 demolition job of Belarus. And then a couple of friendly matches, a 1-1 draw against Greece, and a 1-0 victory against Croatia. Next up is Denmark. They have won 3 out of 3 in their opening fixtures for the qualifying, scoring 14 and conceding none. As well, Moldova and Austria, less strength sides in the group stages, but victories nevertheless, what can you do? Kasper Schmeichel is who they have in goal. Andreas Christensen is in front of him. Thomas Delaney and Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg, a midfield partnership, beat England at Wembley, so proven system. Their manager is Kasper Halgermand. He's been the manager of Nordsjælland, club's first Danish championship back in 2012. He was Mainz manager in 2014, but ended up getting sacked. And then back at Nordsjælland once again for another 3.5 seasons. And then within the last year has managed to get this top job for Denmark. The best Euro finish for Denmark is champions back in 1992. Also managed to achieve a semi-final position back in 1984. One to look out for is Christian Eriksen. Last success team due to the team ethic. All 3 of their matches are in Copenhagen at home, so a big advantage for them there. Home advantage and all that. Harge Milan's a strong spine, Eriksson, Arkashiri, and has managed to get 36 goals out of 106. Unbeaten in the past 5 matches, including results such as a 2-0 victory against Israel, 8-0 against Moldova, 4-0 against Austria, a 1-1 draw against Germany, very impressive that one, and a 2-0 victory against Bosnia. So things to look forward for Denmark there, perhaps, if they get it right. Next up is Russia. They have rebuilt their squad since reaching the last 8 in the 2018 World Cup. Igor Akinfeeva, goalkeeper. Sergei Ikinsevich, a centre-back, due to be retired. Anton Shunin, a 34-year-old, is starting in goal, so quite a very aging squad. Igor Divyev in front of the Roman Yakovlev players. For the manager, it's Stanislav Shurashov. Extended a contract after their success in the 2018 World Cup. Controversial though, because of the whole drug situation that was going on. It seemed like they were taking and that's as the host there, which I somewhat suspected. That's why I sort of thought they would do extremely well. Only ended up losing out to Croatia on the kicks in the end. One is up to Belgium in the qualifying for the Euros, and the nomination for the Best FIFA Men's Coach Award for their World Cup performance. Best Euro finish, making the semi-finals in 2008. One to look out for is Akim Zulabar, St. Petersburg striker, and a 10 out of 10 starter in qualifying. And has a chance to go every 17 minutes in every single game, which is extremely impressive to create that many opportunities. But of course, it's all about converting your chances. 2 clean sheets, conceded 18 goals since 2020 start. So it's been a pretty woeful form to get to this European tournament. Alexandra Golovin partnership, crucial. And yeah, looking at the recent form, however, 3 wins in the past 9 games is quite a big contrast to the Euro qualifying that they had. A 1-1 draw against Turkey for the Nations League, 0-0 draw against Hungary, a 3-2 defeat against Turkey, a 5-0 demolition to Serbia, all Nations League, all important matches to do the best you can. There's a trophy on the line, you can promote yourself for the different classes of the different levels. Meanwhile, also had a 3-1 victory against Malta, 2-1 victories against Slovenia, a 2-1 defeat against Slovakia, 1-1 draw against Poland, and a 1-0 victory against Bulgaria in their last match there. Hello there, Mr. Legit69 free shoutouts. Nice to see you. And finally, we have Finland. They failed to win a single match back in the day there in 2017, 2 draws and 9 losses. They came second in the group qualifying, 18 points from 10 games, so it's a quite big transformation compared to their other history that they have, because this is the very first appearance that they have at a major tournament there, so congratulations for Finland for making it this far. They have Markku Kanaviva as their manager, a former school teacher, would you believe it, and represented Finland as a centre-back as well too, so was a player, as most of these coaches generally are. Almost no coaching experience at club level could be a major factor. Has been in charge since December 2016. One to look out for is Teemu Pukki, a standout qualifier for the Norwich City striker, was in the Premier League and back up again there from the Championship this season. Has scored 10 of the team's 16 goals in qualifying. A 31-year-old, and expected to shake off an ankle knock, because if he doesn't start, then it's going to be a even bigger uphill struggle. Winless in their past 6 games doesn't bode well either. A 3-1 defeat against Wales, 2-2 draw against Bosnia, 1-1 draw against Ukraine, 3-2 defeats against Switzerland, 2-0 defeat against Sweden, and a 1-0 defeat against Estonia. So those are your 4 countries there. What do I think will happen? I think that Finland will finish last and not make it past the group stages. I think they'll finish 4th. According to the odds there, it sees them with 300 to 1 long shots to go on and win the whole entire tournament. And at 3rd place, I'm going to go with Russia, despite the fact they have 2 of the 3 games at home. Their recent form doesn't bode well for them there, and they're not going to get away with as much as they would if they hosted the whole entire tournament outright, because there's 1 game they have to play away from home, and of course the later stages won't have it in their favour as well. 2nd place, I'm going to go with Denmark. Be a good achievement for them there. I just don't think the manager is the best in the world, and they're also up against Belgium. They got all their games at home there, Denmark, so that will work in their favour. And 2nd place, they can easily settle for to get themselves qualified for the knockout games there. And 1st place, of course, going to go with Belgium, 7-1 to end up winning the whole entire tournament. The number 1 in the world, can they finally go on and win it? Just have to wait and see there. They are going to be one of the 6 countries we'll look into further on who I think will win the tournament outright. But I do think Belgium will end up winning this group here. 10 out of 10 in qualifying. Couple of slip-ups in their last couple of games there with the 1-1 draws, but otherwise remaining on track, and got a long, successful manager in charge as well too there. So things are looking up for Belgium. Hopefully you enjoyed the Group B preview. If you did, thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, so feel free to subscribe. Back later on as we'll take a look at Group C, D, E, and all. Thanks for watching. Cheers.